How do you feel about social media?
It's crazy the way like children are exposed on social media.
Definitely do a social media detox.
Gives me so much anxiety. Like,
well, guys, welcome back to Dorm Room 101 podcast, the podcast that has everything and nothing to do about college. I am your girl, Maya Gittens, and of course, I am here with my roommate, Victoria.
Hello.
And yeah, today we're just getting back into the groove and stuff. Obviously, like with the fall semester and just like getting back really into work. I feel like the summer was like, oh, we can have fun. When you get into the fall, it's like, all right, it's back to grind season. Like it's a lot. So, I mean, like I said, we're here. And today I feel like social media has played such a big part in this podcast. And seeing us go from like no followers, and now I know to people it's probably like, oh, 100 is not a lot, but like we're at 130.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's fast.
Yeah.
Like,
and as of right now, only our 6th episode is out. So
yeah,
it's a good start. And you know, you definitely just see like all the activity and stuff on the page and stuff. You know, it's a start. It's somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's something. I'm not gonna lie. The episode with Little G, like my cousin, holy cow, like I did not expect it to like hit so many people where there's so many athletes who generally feel like they have to choose between like fun and being an athlete because there is somewhere they like, this is someone or something they have to do or somewhere they want to go.
Yeah, I think definitely too, even in like the podcast and stuff, we talked about like the misconceptions and stuff, which a lot of athletes feel like there's misconceptions about them because there is. I mean, like a lot of people like talk shit about athletes and stuff and have a lot to say. So
I'm not gonna lie, me sometimes being one of them, but I just feel like, especially in college, there was a lot of conceptions of, like I told them, like the homework and like people doing it for them and like they have it easy, but when you really sit back and look at it, it's like, damn, like their day-to-day is like 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and they're doing that Monday through Friday, and then they still have a game. Then they still have to come back from traveling. Like I didn't even remotely think of that. So I commend all the athletes in the world, especially in college, because y'all got it tough. I'm not gonna lie. So,
and I think even too, like the pressures too, because some people, you know, they want to go to the NBA or they want to go overseas and stuff, and you know, they have to prepare for having a scout in their games and stuff, and having to, you know, really be on their game. So, I think even the pressures of that.
Yeah, that's insane. But back to like talking about social media and that obviously playing a huge part in people's day to day now. How do you feel about social media?
I think I'm definitely addicted to social media. I'm addicted to my phone in general, but I'm on social media a lot. If you look at my settings in my phone, the most of my hours is spent on social media. I think, but even now, like especially with my major, I'm in marketing and stuff, you know, social media plays a big role. So not only do you go on social media for fun, but you're also going on social media for work. And I think it's just hard. You have to balance it out and stuff. And you know, how do you feel about it?
I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I've had a couple days recently where I've cried because I look at social media and I'm like, all these people that I follow, which I adore, I like love looking at them and stuff like that. But it's like these people are at places that like I would want to be, kind of like I want to be traveling, I want to be doing this stuff, and it sucks because I look at it and I'm like, should I be here? Is this where like I should be doing? Like, should I be doing content creating? Like, I'm not really a camera person, but it's like, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to go. So when it comes to social media as a whole, like I like it, but sometimes I just want to step away from it, but I can't.
Yeah, there's a lot of like pressure on it because I think especially, well, I feel like for different platforms, there's different like vibes to it. Like I feel like Instagram, you have to live like this perfect world. Everyone on Instagram like lives this perfect world, you know, and there you feel the pressure of posting and stuff, and like maybe when you don't have stuff to post, you know, it's just kind of like but that's why I wasn't big on Instagram for a certain point. I had no posts. Like I remember at one point I deleted all my posts on Instagram and I just had nothing but highlights and stuff. And you know, there's like this whole like joke on like TikTok and stuff where like the mysterious girl and stuff. I wasn't even trying to be that. It's just like I just felt like I didn't have anything to post on Instagram and stuff rather than just little selfies and stuff on my story, you know?
I feel like that's why like I feel the 3 top ones for me was Instagram, TikTok, of course, and Snapchat. I feel like now I'm not really on Snapchat as much. But Snapchat was definitely like you post a selfie, you post the ground, like that was that.
That was like middle school and high school vibes. Snapchat, like I don't know what happened to Snapchat. Nobody uses it no more. There was one day I stopped using Snapchat and never used it again.
I still have people that use it.
Yeah, I have people too, but I only go on it to like view stories and stuff. Yeah, but I won't post on it.
I just be like, oh, it's nice to see like that you are doing this or doing that. Like I don't know, like I wouldn't mind getting back on Snapchat because I feel like Snapchat was less of a pressure than Instagram and TikTok for sure.
I just feel like with Snapchat, I was very cringy.
Like you look back at your pictures and you're like this.
I look back at so much stuff and I'm like, this is so middle school of me, so high school of me, and it's just like so cringe now.
But I have so many highlights though on Snapchat. Yes.
I won't delete my Snapchat for nothing because of the memories.
I will not. Because I have so many videos and pictures that I look at, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this was my freshman year of college. Like I was like working out, like this happened, like so many things where Instagram, you don't really, I feel like Instagram, you just post to post. Like that's it. Yeah. You can archive and stuff, but you never like really look back at your life on Instagram. It's just kind of like, oh, like this is life, this is what it was, and kind of just like
like at that point, it's just like okay, point, that was like, just an era. We exit out of it.
You're like, oh,
whereas like I feel like with Snapchat, there's very much like nostalgia and stuff. And I remember too, like when PNB Rock passed away and stuff. I went back to like my high school memories and stuff, and it was just PNB Rock like every day, like on my story, like lip singing, so cringe, but like lip singing his songs. I remember I went to a concert and stuff, so it brought back a lot of memories when he passed away.
Yeah, I feel like now with social media, like I said, I've had these times where like I just need to like get off of it. Have you ever had a time where it's like, no, I can't be on social media, like this is it, like?
I get like that a lot when there's a lot of things happening in the world, which there's something going on right now too with everything. But like when I see like gory stuff or like things that just giving me anxiety, like I want to get off of social media and stuff, which like you're supposed to know these things as well. But like for me, it's just like, it just gives me so much anxiety where I just don't want to see it anymore.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, like I said, I always have a time where I'm like, I'm done with social media. And I think even with the podcast, I literally schedule everything and I don't touch it. Like, especially Instagram. Like, TikTok, I don't mind. Because I feel like TikTok is not as pressuring as Instagram. But when I look on Instagram and I post, I schedule things and I just see how it's doing. And I literally get off of it. Me and my brother were talking about that the other day, to where he even feels like that, even as an artist, where it's like he posts and he gets off. Yeah. Because it's like, there's so many people that you're like reminded of and like things that you've thought about doing but didn't do, but you see somebody else doing. And I feel like in this world now we compare ourselves so much to everybody. And like, I'm not gonna lie, one person that I commend in her being like Forbes, Forbes,
Forbes.
Okay, I said it right. Forbes. Like under 30, bro, when I tell you, Monet is like one of those people where I know she like has struggles just like everybody else, but like to see her get on YouTube and sit down and talk about those days where like I really just didn't feel like posting, y'all, like I'm sorry, or like she'll do stuff here and there and she'll talk to her audience or like her people and be like, I didn't feel like it today, like. And I watched one video, she was in the park and she was just talking and I was like, dang, like these people are like real people, and there's some people that just do live it for the Instagram life or whatever. But it's like there's some people out here who like, this shit is a lot. Like just being on social media and this being a career, like this is how you make your money.
Right.
Literally your image is how you get paid.
Yeah, and I think too, people look at it as like, oh, you're just trying to be an influencer and stuff. But those influencers that are making bank, they put in the work.
Yeah.
And you think it's, oh, you just take a picture and you post it. No, they have to constantly do things in their life, make it seem like their life is exciting and like they're not going through bad days, and they are.
They are literally going, like everybody's human, and I feel like we tend to forget that. where it's like we see these people, even artists and like entrepreneurs, like everybody, CEOs, like we see them on Instagram and they might be in Aspen living life, but they could have a crash going on at their business that they have to figure out.
Right.
But it's like they also have to balance work and family.
Right.
And it's like, I just feel like social media plays that part of like, we want to live these lives of other people, but like their life is not perfect. Just like J. Cole said, what do you say? Ain't no thing that's a life that's better than yours. So like, don't be trying
you gotta love yours.
Yeah, you gotta love your life, live your life. Like that is, you know, what you're here for. You're not here to live for everybody else. Like, LJ said in the recent video that is up right now, he said, you know, you're here to fulfill to yourself first at the end of the day. Like, and I take that very like cold-heartedly because I just feel like life is the only thing that we have. Like, you only live once. Do what you want to do at the end of the day. If it doesn't work, like, try something else. Especially if you're still young, try everything. Like, if you want to be a content creator, try it. Do it. But it's just going to be about consistency and how you're going to be able to, like, establish yourself on these platforms. Like,
and I think too, not everything is for everybody. I think people get into like something and they're like, oh, I want this to work for me so bad. Sometimes it may not be for you, or sometimes you just have to put the work in a little much more because you have to just get it to where you get it right, you know? And a lot of people just put that pressure on themselves.
Yeah. How do you feel? Because you did say, like, you know, you get anxiety with just being on social media. How does that even, like, do you feel like social media does give, like, a depression, like, give you that feeling of depression and anxiety?
Well, for me, I feel like it's with certain things. So I feel like just there's certain triggers that I have. And with social media, you're exposed to everything.
Yeah.
So I think you could just be scrolling and something may just trigger you because you've been through it, or maybe because you're scared. And I think with social media, because you're exposed to that, like I personally just had situations where I caught really anxiety from it. And I'm like, I need to get away from my phone and stuff. So just trying to stay off of it when I feel like maybe there's too much going on of something that I know is going to trigger me.
You know what's so crazy? I feel like people don't even watch the news anymore because the news is on social media. Really?
I don't. My parents, they're Puerto Rican, so they even record the news channel. Like they have to watch the news at 11 o'clock every day. Like, and if they don't like watch it, like they record it so that they could watch it when they're available. And my mom watches it and she's like, you need to know what's going on in the world. And I'm like, but I don't want to. And it's bad, but like it's just like it gives me so much anxiety. Like I don't want to hear, like, for, you know, anyone that lives in New York and stuff, a lot of things happen in the subways where people get pushed into the train tracks and stuff. And my mom's like, look, like this girl just got pushed into the train tracks. And I'm like, I don't want to fear that in my life every day. So it's like I'm going out and stuff and I got to take the train no matter what. You know, I got to go to work. I got to go to school. And I don't want to have that constant worry of like, oh my God, even though like it's something I should be aware of, which I am aware of and stuff. But like, I don't want to be scared to the point where I don't want to leave my house, you know?
I definitely understand that because even like, I even had a story time, where literally I had to get on the train when I was younger, and I just felt like, I always have, like, you ever have, like, a gut feeling, like, something's off, something's wrong?
Yeah.
And I was younger. This is when I was living here. And my stepbrother at the time was supposed to pick me up from the train. It was my first time getting on the train by myself, like, ever. And I get on the train, and this guy, like, sits next to me, and he's like, if you scream, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna cut you. And I'm like, I'm on the train, and I'm like, oh, my God, like, this is not happening right now. Like, and ever since that day, I never took the train again. Just because, like, that scared me, for one, to actually be in that experience. So just imagine, like, hearing it on TV, and you get on the train, and then you have the experience. You're like, oh, my gosh.
And
like,
it happens so often.
It happens too much.
Wow.
Like,
that's so
in
scary.
New York, to where I'm like, you know what? Obviously, like, I don't live to where I have to take the subway, so that's obviously good. But, like, you know, if I do want to go out, sometimes I don't want to drive everywhere. So then it's like, sometimes I got to take the risk to, like, get on the train and just pray to God that doesn't happen. Like, I know it's happened to my mom before. Like, some guy grabbed her phone and put his number in and was sending her pictures. Like,
oh my gosh.
There's so many things that has happened that I'm like, I should be terrified, but it's like, it sucks to say, like, this is the world we live in. Like,
you know what I hate too, especially with social media and stuff, when these things do happen, people pull out a phone rather than helping the person.
Yeah.
And I hate, that's like something that's my pet peeve so much. Like, why do you feel like you need to pull out your phone and record before you go and you help a person or you call the cops or anything? Like, I just don't understand that. Like, why? Like, for what? For likes? For comments? Like,
I feel like people just think like, oh, well, at least if I get like a video or like, a picture, then it'll, be worth something or whatever the case may be. But I feel like nowadays there's so many people that are trying their best to kind of not live with that anxiety and like depression. But I feel like social media, unfortunately, in my opinion, plays a big part in that, because not only are you watching people's lives, you're also looking at the news. Like, literally, social media has become, like, our generation, that has become the news. Like, we don't watch TV for the news. Like, we can look on social media, go to the Shade Room, Neighborhood Talk, and literally just figure out what's going on with celebrities' lives, our city, cities around us, and just be like, well, now I don't know if I should be traveling or if I should be doing this or going this place. Like, and it sucks because you don't want to live your life in fear, of course.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, I gotta go. Like, I gotta do what I have to do to get where I want to be.
Right.
So it's like, I don't want to look at the news and I don't want to look at social media when there's so much stuff piling on. But then people expect you to repost what's going on and repost to make awareness. But you just never know. Like, somebody generally might see that and be a nervous wreck and just not know what to do or not understand really what's going on. And with younger generations being able to, like, get a hold of social media, I feel like that makes things 10 times worse, because now they're looking at things in a different light.
Oh my God. And that's something that, like, I'm an aunt. So, like, I have 2 nephews and a niece. And they're just exposed to so much. Like, it's so easy. And I have to say this, like, for parents and stuff, like, really look into what your child is looking at, because they're exposed to everything.
Yeah.
Everything. So you really have to, like, look into their settings and try to get them away from certain
Parent
stuff.
control.
Yeah, like, it's crazy the way, like, children are exposed on social media.
And even, like, the school district in New York, like, when I'm driving and I see the kids coming out of school and just, like, how they react. I had a kid, like, jump in front of my car just randomly, and I'm just like, and he's, like, laughing, and he finds it hilarious. And I'm like, you have no idea who I am. Right. You don't know, like, you just never know who you might bump into. And for you to just jump in front of the car and think it's funny because, your friends are laughing or whatever, it's like, so, like, I never understand sometimes what people think, because everybody obviously lives a different life. Everybody, they're trying to figure it out. But just the thought process of probably posting that on social media and getting likes for it, and, like, somebody's like, oh, that was so funny, let me try.
Exactly.
And somebody does it, and now you met the wrong person, and somebody hit you. And now everybody's looking like, now it's a bad thing of, like, why would you do that? Why would you jump in front of the car? But the guy that did it before, he got 1 million views, and everybody's laughing about it.
Yep.
So it's like, I stop trying to, like, be this comedian sometimes. Like, it's unnecessary. Like, I feel like social media makes us feel like, oh, let's try this. Let's do this. Like, just because it worked for you, it does not mean it's going to work for me.
Right. Or even, like, just little challenges and stuff on social media and stuff. Like, I remember at one point, everybody was doing the Kylie Jenner lip challenge.
Yeah.
And was going to the hospital and stuff. Like, it's just, like, these crazy challenges, everything. Like, it's just too much. And, it's getting into the hold of, like, just younger kids, and it's not okay.
And it's so interesting because my mom, and I feel like social media plays a big part in, like relationships and, like, family, friends, or whatever, because even my mom is on TikTok. Like, she knows so many things that me and my brother are like, what? Like, how do you know this? Like, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, Mom, get off of this app. And I'm like, me and her have, like, had discussions where I'm like, why do you feel like you have to portray yourself a certain way on social media? Because even on Facebook, not to, like, dish her stuff out, but, like, my mom uses filters, like, on her Facebook, and I always be like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why do you feel the need to, like, put, like, lashes and, like, that filter on your face. Like, even for my mom's age, like, our age, like, it's like, okay, like, half the time it's very subtle. It's very subtle. But for my mom, I'd be looking at her picture, I'd be like, girl, your eyes are gray and green in this picture. Like, that is not your eye color. She's like, oh, I just put a little filter. Yeah. That's a big filter.
And that's something our generation has got used to, filters and stuff. I remember on Instagram, when Instagram first came out, and we just had like the colors and stuff where you could just change your photo and stuff.
Black and white.
Now you're changing your face, you're changing your lashes, a whole bunch of stuff. And now we're so used to using a filter that sometimes like you won't have a filter and you're like, oh, I need a filter. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
And then it's like when we had that time where we didn't use filters and stuff, we didn't feel like we needed it. And it was just kind of like, okay, we're just posting, you know?
I feel like this stigma of, oh, Instagram is your life. Like, it doesn't matter if you're an artist, entrepreneur, if like you use social media as like a content platform. Instagram, and specifically just Instagram, I feel like Instagram has exposed so many people to a light of, this is what I should be and this is what I should do.
Right.
And in order to make money, in order to do certain things or whatever, I use social media. And I do think, I'm not saying that social media is terrible all around, because I've learned a lot from social media, especially like doctors and all these people being able to use social media as a platform to educate us on certain things. But I also feel like a lot of it is not educational. Like, there's a very selective few where it's very educational, very beneficial. But there's a lot of it that's like, why do I need to know about Chrisean and what's going on with Blueface? And like that relationship, and Megan and freaking her ex-boyfriend, not husband, ex-boyfriend, and like just little things like that where it's like, just to continue the relevancy, it's like, didn't that happen a year ago, 2 years ago?
People just want to stay relevant and stuff. Like, especially with Chrisean and Blueface, I feel like a lot of the stuff that they do is just, they know that they're going to get the likes. They know that they're going to get the attention. And sometimes I feel like they're probably even doing stuff and it's fake, but y'all falling into it, you know?
I'd be watching it and I'd be like, it literally have you ever like been on social media and it just gives you a headache? Oh my God. I've been on social media.
It's like, why am I seeing this for like the 50th time?
I'll get on social media and I literally have to like close my phone because I'm like, my head hurts.
Yeah.
Like, this is a lot to deal with.
There's certain people too where like they just care too much about it. have like this one person on my Instagram and like they'll go and they post like everything, like the Shade Room, they're gonna repost and stuff, and they'll repost like their opinion, and it's like paragraphs, and it's like, why do you care that much into this celebrity gossip or like whatever it is? Like,
I feel like sometimes people do it because it's like, why not?
Yeah.
Like, this is what's on social media. This is what's popping right now. So, like, why not feed into it?
Yeah.
To where it's like, also, we obviously live in a world where everybody has an opinion. And I feel like that's that's why I feel like when it comes to social media, why I don't post that much of myself. Because I'm always, in the back of my head, I'm thinking about what other people are going to say, what other people are going to think. And I feel like same thing with the podcast. Like, we've had some comments where people are saying stuff and I'm like, that doesn't even make sense to like what the podcast is about.
I think too, what I've learned and stuff, the people that do comment and people that comment,
they be like, no face, no case either.
Right.
No face.
People that like comment that's like stuff that like isn't necessarily like beneficial to us, or like something that doesn't make you feel good and stuff, is because they feel that way about themselves, you know, like you said, like there's people that comment and they won't have a picture of themselves, and it's just because they have nothing going on for them, so they feel like if they could comment on other people's videos and pictures and stuff,
why not?
Right.
Yeah. I just feel like if you are going through, like, if you are usually, like, if you're looking at social media, you're on it a lot, and you generally feel like, damn, like, I should be here, don't put a timestamp on, like, your life, because promise you're gonna fall into, like, a deep hole of, like, oh my God, I'm not moving quick enough, and you're gonna miss the time where, like, well, you're gonna look back and be like, damn, like, is this really what I wanted to do? Like, now I'm, like, caught up in, you know, things that you honestly might not like. So I feel like definitely social media detox, I think it's worth it. I think at least maybe once a month. I'm not saying chuck your phone on the other side of bed or like put it in water. That's not what I'm saying. But, or deactivate your Instagram because, you know, you don't have to do that. But just take a day where like you just put your phone aside and enjoy your family and enjoy like taking yourself out on a date, or like to where like if you don't really need to look at it, if you're not getting a phone call, a text, something important, just let it sit there.
Yeah.
Because I also realized that you learn who really cares about you and who doesn't if how much your phone rings. Especially when, not even when you're running a business or anything, but just in general, like I feel like my phone rings the most unexpectedly. When I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna put my phone. When I want to put my phone down, that's when it's like,
and I'm like, yeah.
But when I'm worried about my phone, I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get text, I'm gonna get a call.
I think too, like you're so up to date to your phone that like you probably get those text messages, those calls, but you're not even realizing because you're on your phone so much. So it's just like, but when you're not on your phone, then you see all these notifications and stuff.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, I know my brother and I were talking to where it's like, I get up and I instantly am anxious because I'm like, damn, I gotta do this on my phone. Like I gotta do so much on my computer and, you know, make sure things are running smoothly. And you're like, if I could just go back to the days where like social media was still kind of small, where it wasn't like this big, I'll be straight. Right. But it's like, honestly, I like it because this is how we make money. Like, it's very I don't have to go into a job all the time and, you know, be on social media. Like I could literally just go into work or go into, whoa, I lost my train of thought. I can go on social media, post or whatever, and make a few dollars, a few bands.
Yeah, like, I think too. Social media has created a lot of great opportunities, especially as like it just keeps on like evolving.
I think it's good though overall. Like I do think that social media detox is important, and just getting away from social media once in a blue. Enjoy, like I said, your friends and like your family, and just like going out,
be in the moment, you know,
be
like
in the present.
Especially too, like I remember there was like this whole like controversial thing about like, you know, people being on phones at a concert, you know, and it's just like you go into a crowd and you see everybody just recording in the phone and not being in the moment, and it's just like you're there, like just experience it, you know.
I know. I've really enjoyed, the one concert I went to was Ed Sheeran, and that I do have videos, but like that I talk about that concert so much because just the experience of being in the MetLife Stadium and just like the way he performed, his acoustic, like he was literally doing everything like on the fly. It wasn't pre-recorded, like nothing. And I feel like that, I haven't been to another concert, so don't shoot me, but that is the one concert that I could say like, wow. Like I had a blast, and I walked out of there like in awe. Like I was like, whoa, like this is amazing, and it makes me want to go back and go to another concert for sure. But I feel like definitely do a social media detox once in a blue moon. I think it's very helpful. Even if you're a business owner and like social media is like your forefront, that doesn't mean that you don't need to like step away for a day or for a few hours. Like make yourself breakfast before you touch your phone. Pray before you touch your phone. Like, do something else before that phone is like the first thing you grab.
Right. Like I feel like that's everybody. Everybody has that thing where they just wake up and the first thing you grab is your phone.
Yeah. But is there 3 advice or like advice you would give somebody that is literally like glued to social media and is like, I need to be on my phone 24/7.
Yeah.
Social media is like my thing. Like what advice would you give to like just step away?
I think it's a lot about self-control. I think just keeping that in mind, and you know, I measure the time that like you're on social media and stuff. That's what I looked at. For me, I will go to my settings and I'm looking at I forgot, it's called like time something or whatever, but like
we're gonna do that at the end. We're gonna see what our times are.
Yeah, you can look at how much you're spending and stuff, and when you see those numbers, you're gonna be like, wow. And then, you know, practice it, you know, be like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna be an hour off of social media and stuff, and then you keep on with that, and you can see how
consistent you can get. I like that. I feel like for me, like I said, I feel like my biggest thing is when you wake up in the morning, keep your phone where it is. Don't let your phone be the first thing you grab. Or before you go to bed, put your phone on the opposite side of the room. I'm trying my best to do that because I usually sleep with my phone in my bed. Yeah. Like under my pillow so that I can hear it buzz if somebody like needs me or something for work. So now I just try to like put it on the dresser.
Yeah.
And just when I wake up in the morning and I, finish, go to the bathroom, like do that, brush my teeth at least, like, then I'll go ahead and
I think it definitely works. I've tried it before and stuff. I think you get the urge when you hear, because another thing too, like keeping, your phone on silent and stuff when it's across the room too, because you'll hear that phone across the room and you're like, oh, I need to check it, but calling me? You could wait till the morning. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Like if they call you, like if your phone buzzes more than like twice, then maybe it might be an emergency. But other than that, just try to just keep it, away from you. Especially, I feel like the morning is the best time to just try to do that. Throughout the day, I understand.
Yeah.
But even when you wake up in the morning, just try to do something else before you touch your phone. I know that it's tough. I know it's tough because that might be your job, literally, to be on your phone all day. But even if, get up, brush your teeth, wash your face, wash your ass, get clean, and then touch your phone. Because them messages going to be there.
Yep.
Them text messages going to be there. Them calls going to be there.
They making updates now where you can unsend messages, but
that is true. So that drunk text that he or she might have sent last night might say undo when you wake up in the morning. So now you don't know what he or she said. But let's check our screen time. I'm actually interested to see. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I know my screen time is bad. I know
I'm probably the worst person to talk about this topic.
But. Oh my gosh. Okay, so mine went down 29% from last week. But daily, like listen to this, y'all. Daily, I spent 7 hours and 19 minutes. This is daily on social media. On average, today, it's only 4 o'clock.
Wait, how much you said? Sorry.
Mine said 7 hours and 19 daily average.
Okay.
But mine just today, it's only 4 o'clock. I spent 5 hours and 20 minutes on my phone already.
Okay. So for mine, it's the same, 7 hours and 57 minutes.
Okay.
Today, mind you, is 4 hours and 32 minutes. Okay. What time I woke up today? I woke up at 12, and it's 4 o'clock now.
Yeah.
So I spent
literally
each hour on
each
my phone. Let's talk about apps now.
Okay.
Instagram, I use 13 hours and 54 minutes.
Today?
No.
This week.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go. Okay.
TikTok, 12 hours and 36 minutes.
Okay.
Messages, 3 hours and 49 minutes. Which I don't even know who's texting me, but
honestly.
Oh no, that's probably group chats. I have a lot of group chats.
Yeah.
YouTube, 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Okay.
That bad.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually surprised by this. So this for the week, Instagram for me is 6 hours and 24 minutes. Okay. Messages is 4 hours and 58 minutes. Waze, which is the app.
Oh my god.
Waze, which is the app to get around, 4 hours and 33 minutes. TikTok, 2 hours and 20 minutes. Music, 1 hour and 30. Notes.
And that's for your
50,
week?
51 minutes. And Airbnb, because we're trying to go away, 50 minutes.
I feel like horrible. I have 13 hours.
That 13 hours is insane. But at the bottom, it says total screen time, 43 hours and 56 minutes. Updated today at 4:10. Do you see that? Like here at the bottom?
Yeah, I have 47.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, it says 32 hours in social media, 4 hours in entertainment, and productivity, 2 hours.
Last week was worse. I did 10 hours last week. 10 hours and 9 minutes last week. Honestly, y'all, check y'all screen time.
You know what? We should make for like the next episode, see if it goes down. We're going to try
We're going to try. We're going to see if it goes down. But last week I did 10 hours.
But everyone, like, please put in the comments what's your screen time, please, because I want to feel a little better.
Honestly, because I know somebody's screen time is like 105. Like, please make me feel better that your screen time is higher than mine. But yeah, guys, once again, this is Dormer 101 Podcast, the podcast that has everything and nothing to do about college. And I am your girl, Maya, and this is Victoria. And yeah, we hope to see you in another video. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And put that bell on so that you get all the new shorts, the TikToks, the Instagram posts. And make sure you follow us and share it to like a friend that may honestly need a social media detox because they are on social media 24/7. So yeah, we will see you guys in our next video. Bye.
Bye.